Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic: does Lamar Jackson need to get better about dealing with pressure? Guys, in the last couple episodes, you've seen a lot of numerics come out. You've watched a lot of stat muse, a lot of comparisons, a lot of statistics from the 2024-2025 season just rise from the dead and make their way onto Twitter and wherever else big platform there is. And there's been a big portion of the Ravens flock that has been saying that Lamar Jackson has to get better at dealing with pressure. Now, I'm not adverse to Lamar getting better at anything because, I'm guessing you can always get better at something. It is kind of what it is, but it's like, okay, you can get better at that. Well, let's go check what the numbers say, right? And we already have seen, which I brought to you guys' attention, that the Baltimore Ravens, even in the playoffs, are blitzed at 54% of the time. So over half the snaps are blitzes. Everywhere. Random exotic blitzes all throughout. So Lamar Jackson is constantly under duress. And in the regular season, he has the highest rate of blitz also. But I heard some people even saying that, and once again, saying he needs to get better at dealing with it, dealing with pressure. I said, well, let me go check something. And then I found that. And this is very funny to me, right? Very, 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 very funny. Because what you're looking at is, you're not looking at a list that's saying not like just that Lamar Jackson's the best. You have a list that is saying that there's multiple guys here that were dealing with that gets admiration for the way that they deal with navigating the pocket. But the best out of them is Lamar Jackson. And that's crazy to me. Once again, Joe Burrow had a very, very good season. You guys can see it. It's one of those things where we're going over it and we're seeing all of his numerics and numbers. I make jokes. I laugh and certain stuff like that. But to make no mistake about it, he has played a very, very, very good season last year. It's just that he fell short in certain areas, and that's what had happened. But, yeah, he was cooking. Aaron Rodgers is even on that list. And they said Aaron Rodgers is washed. Washed. Like Tide. OxyClean. Joe Burrow gets all of the adulation of how he maneuvers the pocket, how he deals with pressure. And the best player last year dealing with pressure was Lamar. And then when you look at this, now Joe Burrow's the first one in this list, but Lamar's second on this one. And it says the best passer rating while trailing. So even when his team is doing poorly and he's forced to come from behind, Lamar's the second best quarterback in the league while also being the best under duress. And I'm bringing back old stats from yesterday's vid while also taking the least amount of pass attempts. While leading the league in yards. Guys, I've sat back so many times, I've asked myself, I said, what is really the Ravens' problem? And I've said there's a plethora of things. I've said coaching has played a major, significant part in us not advancing the way that we should. I feel like coaching has too much ego at times. And they would, and I really do mean this, they would rather lose not doing it their way, right? Or I'm saying they'd rather lose doing it their way than to win not doing it their way. They're like, look, if I'm going to lose, I'm losing. I'm doing it my way. I don't care if I can win. I'm going to go down with the ship. And that's very foolish because one thing you learn with life is adaptability. Matter of fact, it's part of the problem that's going on with society now. The lack of adaptability. The lack of being able to pivot. I'm looking at these numbers and I'm saying, bro, we're asking, and we're really asking too much of this guy. We really are. I'm sorry, we really are. You're asking him to contribute to the rush game. You're asking him to be a top 5, top 3 passer. You're asking him to be the best under pressure. You're asking him when they need him to come back to be one of the best in the league at coming back. You want him to be dynamic. Like it's you're looking at the guy and you're saying, how many hats are you wearing? Pause. How many more hats does he have to wear till y'all start being like, man, yeah, something got to change? Think about the squad Jared Goff has. Think about it. Mind you, I think the Ravens have enough to win. Context. I think the Ravens have enough to win. If Zay Flowers can another step forward, he could be reaching, top 15 wide receiver talks. But my biggest peeve for this team is incorporating Isaiah Likely into being the primary recipient of passing plays. I need us to lean on him. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Because if we start leaning on Isaiah Likely, Lamar won't be under duress as much. Because now we're running plays specifically to get him open. Get him in open space. And when we start doing that, teams start to say, let's take him away, which then opens up the field for wide open passes to Zay Flowers or Rashad Bateman. Just saying. We need, guys, I'm tired of waiting. I want this championship, and I want it now. And I truly believe with the statistics that everyone keeps saying Lamar going to get better at, he's leading top 3 in the league in all of the quarterback statistics outside of passing yards. He's top 3. So it's and he leads all quarterbacks in rushing yards. He was almost top 20 in rushing yards this year. He was top 20 in the league this year in rushing yards. So it's I'm just saying, guys, we got to put our guys in the best predicament to succeed so that we don't always have to deal with this. Oh, passer ratings coming from behind. Joe Burrow, played very good last season. He had some hiccups, but he played very good last year. You see what I'm saying? His defense let him down a lot. His offensive line let him down. All context, context purposes, those are the 2 biggest culprits to let him down last year. And everything he did was for naught. Because as good as Joe Burrow, he can't affect the game as much as Lamar can. Because he's not as mobile as Lamar is. And that's why I keep saying we're looking at Lamar's mobility and we're saying, well, we don't have to do X, Y, and Z because you could do A, B, and C. Well, wouldn't it behoove you to fill in the blanks at X, Y, Z? So A, B, and C can be accentuated to 1, 2, and 3? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think? Were you surprised at these numerics about Lamar being second when trailing and first while being pressured, while having the 30-second pass attempt offense in the league, but leading the league in total yards? Let me know what you think down in the comments because I want y'all to say the reason I'm bringing all this stuff is because I want to see what you guys' mental state is on what we need to do to move forward. We're all in lockstep in the regular season, regardless if somebody has a good week or 2 weeks or John Harbaugh's telling you something. We're in lockstep. But as always, that's episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe to the notification bell, guys, and leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so, check out the Wonder Kid Morning Show, live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all hot topics in sports, and we end the show with a little bit of nostalgia trivia from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. So be there or be squared. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes through a Cash App. Catch them located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wonder Kid Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wonder Kid Show. This show is not just signing off, and as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.